I had a couple of questions that I got from multiple people on section 9.5, so I wanted to take a quick look at those. Now that you all have had a chance to go through the full section, ask any questions you had. All right, so question 11 asks you to find the circumference of the circle. Remember back in 6th or 7th grade, you learned that the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, or pi times the diameter. The area of a circle, pi r squared. So you need the radius of the diameter of the circle, okay? If you notice here, you need to do something that links into the points that they give you on the circle. The diagonal of that rectangle will cut all the way across that circle, and that will be a diameter of the circle. So if you notice there, that is a 5, 12, 13 triangle. Hopefully you remember your triples. If not, go back and take a look at those because they're super important. Anyway, that's going to give us a diameter of 13, okay? So that means the radius is 6.5, half of 13. So 2 times 6.5 times pi will give you 13 pi for the circumference. You're going to take pi times the radius squared. I think they ask you to round number 11 to the nearest 10th. So do actually multiply that out. So 6.5 squared is about 42 1/4, and then you're going to multiply that times pi, and that's going to be about 132.7. So the circumference, 13 pi, and about 132.7 should be the area on number 11. Okay, 20. Gave you 2 points. They give you the point 1,4, and they give you the point 10, -3. And they said you've got a point at 5, y. So we know the x coordinate, we don't know the y coordinate. And we need to try to figure out what the location of y would be so that this point is equidistant from each of those 2 points, okay? In other words, this distance is the same as that distance. Well, originally I thought it might be a midpoint. I thought, just find the midpoint. However, remember, when you find a midpoint, you average the x's and you average the y's. Notice when you average 1 and 10, you get 5.5. So it's just a little bit off the midpoint. So you'll see here, I didn't draw it as a straight line segment. And I don't know where that is, okay? I know the point looks like it's on the x-axis. We don't know that for sure, and you really don't want to guess and check, okay? So really, this should be relatively straightforward. You should be able to find an expression for the distance between those 2 points and find a distance between those 2 points. And there's only one variable there. So you should have an equation that only has one variable, and that's why you took algebra 1. So let's substitute everything in. Let's see what we've got. So y2 minus y1, we'll do the first line segment here. That's this y minus 4, and we're going to square that. Okay, x2 minus x1. 5 minus 1 is just 4, so we're going to have 4 squared. I'm going to go ahead and write it like that. Okay, and that's got to be equal to the distance between these 2 points. So y2 minus y1, -3 minus y squared, plus x2 minus x1. 10 minus 5 is going to be 5 squared, okay? And we should just be able to solve that equation. So thinking back to algebra 1, you've got square root equal to a square root. Remember that to get rid of a square root, you can just square it. So I'm going to square this side, I'm going to square that side. It's going to knock out the square root. And anyway, running out of room here. Take my picture out, check my work. Anyway, if we square this, we're going to get y minus 4 squared plus 16 is equal to -3 minus y squared plus 25. And notice, we just have y's in the equations now. It's one variable. Should be able to solve it. This is FOIL. Okay, that's quantity y minus 4 times the quantity y minus 4. Okay, that's going to be y squared minus 8y plus 16. Plus another 16, okay? Over here, it's -3 minus y times -3 minus y. That's going to end up giving us 9 plus 6y plus y squared plus 25, okay? 25 plus 9 is 34. So we're going to give a 34 here, okay? We're going to get 16 and 16 is 32 over on this side. And anyway, I want to get everything on the same side of the equation. And if you notice something, you've got a y squared and a y squared. You can subtract y squared from both sides of the equation. Those are going to drop out. I think we saw that back in section 9.4, that Pythagorean theorem section as well. So here's what we've got. We've got negative 8y plus 32 is equal to 6y plus 34. Okay, coming down the stretch run here, I'm going to add 8y to this side. That'll give me 14y. I'm going to subtract 34 from this side. That's going to give me negative 2. And it looks like y is going to be equal to negative 2/14, which is equal to negative 1/7. So kind of an ugly answer. But anyway, that's the approach. So a lot of algebra, but the big idea is very simple, and that is if you've got a formula and you've only got one variable, you should just be able to substitute everything in, set up your equation, and solve. Since we've got equal distances, we can set those distances equal. Works out pretty nicely.